Hey there, Leo. Welcome to your reading for the week of October 13th. This week you have this Taurus card that says cultivate. You have this square card that says tension. Maybe you need to cultivate some tension in your life here. Could be a good thing. We'll look at what comes up, but I think it's funny that that comes up there. The Nine of Pentacles is a great card for cultivation. It's a great card for, growing abundance, becoming more abundant, all that other good stuff. So, I do feel that. I do feel like there could be some tension building and probably, I wasn't going to say a wish, but probably something that you want. The Nine of Cups can be a wish or wish fulfillment or, whatever. And, again, I think that you could be feeling like you don't have something you want, and that could be creating some tension, right? And like I said, this can be a good thing. It just depends on how you use it. So I would use it constructively, of course, here, Leo, because that will probably help you the most. But you have the Nine of Pentacles, the Hangman, and the Knight of Wands. The Nine of Pentacles is like independence, gratitude, luxuries, good things. I think for Leo that it's probably more about focus. And you also have the Eight of Wands, which you always get the Eight of Wands with me. I'm always talking about focusing in one direction with the Eight of Wands with you, which seems to be a theme for you, Leo. So she has this falcon right here that represents needing to focus. She's training her focus as well. She's like picking what she is going to focus on. And obviously, being a good card, she is going to focus on good things that make her feel more abundant, make her feel more independent or more successful, or like she can use her skills to grow things. That's literally what she's doing on the card. She has these grapes behind her. Grapes in the tarot represent having a specific skill that is difficult for most people, but you can do well. And so, the Nine of Pentacles really wants you to focus on kind of nurturing your skills or what you're good at so that you can be successful. I'm also getting here, by the way, Leo, if you've been like struggling to get a job or a position, I feel like, again, very specific. It's like if you've been trying for a while, that there could be a job coming in here. So I do feel pretty good about this. You have the Hangman. Hangman is about new perspectives, and I don't know, I'm pretty sure we talk about this to you all the time as well, Leo, that you are going to be seeing things from new perspectives. These new perspectives are, it's like, I think these are like a picture book that is coming up in your life. It's like, I think the universe is like, look at this. It's like, I just see the universe is kind of like showing you things. But, these could be like flashes of inspiration. You have the Ace of Wands here, sparks of inspiration with the Ace of Wands. And, I think it's like, maybe you've had a career or whatever you've done for many, many years. And now the universe is like, look at all these ideas that you could do with this, And, I would just explore those new ideas with the Hangman. He's gained enlightenment. He is ready to get off of pause. He's on this tree of knowledge and wisdom. He's hanging there. He is kind of like stuck, but at the same time, Hangman, he has the enlightenment. He has gained the answers he needs to move forward. So I do feel you are ready to move forward here. Some people say the Hangman in reverse is forward movement because it looks like he's moving. I always say I'm not the biggest fan of the Hangman in reverse because he's dancing, on this card when he is in reverse. And so it's like when the Hangman comes up in reverse, not that I read reversals, but I'm just saying, it kind of says that you could be putting on a show or you could feel like you're putting on a show. I feel like I need to say that to you, that it's coming up the right way here, although I don't read reversals. Like I said, I don't know, it's like popping into my head this way, that some of you I feel maybe maybe that's why the job message came up, because it's like maybe you're no longer kind of being willing to put on a show to get a job. I'll give you a great example. My brother's a Leo. He had a job interview a while ago, and it's like they basically wanted him to do like 10 freaking interviews, or it wasn't 10, but it was like a bunch, right? And like some of the interviews were basically him doing work for free, right? And he was like, no. And so, again, that's what I'm talking about here. It's like, I think you're going to be sticking up for yourself and saying like, no. And sometimes, I don't know, sometimes I think having that level of confidence can be the thing that gets you a job in the first place. If you're like, no. If my value isn't clear up front, then I'll go find something else. Sometimes having that confidence, maybe it's actually the thing that kind of leads to you getting what you want. You have the Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands is about going on the adventure. Again, I think you're seeing these pictures is how I'm seeing it. It's like, you've been doing something for a long time and you're seeing different ways, different inspirations popping up in your head on how you can use your skills or, use what you're good at with that Nine of Pentacles. And I would just explore those new directions, even if it means that you try something new in your business or career, or, try to find something that's like a little bit different. I feel a lot of you could be going on those adventures with the Knight of Wands energy. And like I said, I think it would be very good for you here, Leo. With the Nine of Pentacles, you have the Knight of Cups. There's a little bit of love here. You have the Lovers at the end and this card here. So the Knight of Cups can be a knight in shining armor, and Knight of Pentacles can be about being single. So if you are looking for love, you could be going from single to being in some sort of connection with the Knight of Cups. That could be where this tension is coming from here as well. So there you go. With the Hangman, you have the Two of Pentacles. Yes, there are many ways that you can look at everything. Two of Pentacles is spinning plates. It's kind of... He's juggling. He's a little bit maybe too busy. He probably needs to focus as well, which you probably also need to do here, Leo. And, again, I think you're taking all these pictures that the universe has been giving you, and you could just be focusing it. It's like maybe you're the one taking the pictures. Maybe you have a camera and you're like taking a picture of the life you want or trying to get that picture more in focus. And you could be doing this through, what Esther Hicks calls sifting and sorting, right? You could be saying, there are some things I want, some things I don't want, and you're just making those choices. With the Knight of Wands, you have the Six of Swords. Definitely looking for improvements. I feel all fire signs are being kind of triggered this month. I know this is a weekly reading, but I feel like maybe this month and next month, through November, you could be focused on creating certain improvements or doing things that improve your life, make things more smooth. I think smooth is a good word for Leo because that's what I think Leo is trying to do, is like make their life smoother, and not necessarily easier, but just getting rid of burdens, things that slow you down. Anything that causes friction, you're probably not going to tolerate very well. So you know what I mean? It's like if something is just like I said a minute ago about the whole job interview thing. Like if you know that something is going to be a hassle, I think you're just going to avoid it. If you know that something is smooth, then you'll probably be perfectly happy to do it. If it's an activity or a person in your life or whatever. So I just see you getting more clear on kind of like having a smoother ride. Now life is never perfect, but I think you're doing things to make it a little bit better with the Six of Swords, and I love that. Next, in the area of what's coming in for you, you have this It Is What It Is card and this Power of Purpose card. This should be your middle name for the next several years, is the Power of Purpose. Eight of Wands. Every reading that I do for you, Leo, like over the past several months at least, has had the Eight of Wands. So the Power of Purpose card is like clearly having a focus and, kind of setting out to accomplish whatever it is. And that's what I would do here. The Is What It Is card, again, some of you could just be I think you're being more honest about situations, like the job interview thing that example that I used. I think you're just being like, well, I wanted this, but it's not going to work, so I'll just go find something else, right? I think you're more carefree in a good way. You have the Nine of Wands, the Seven of Cups, and the Ten of Cups. Nine of Cups can be a card of wish fulfillment, of course. Nine of Cups is about being in alignment, like being the thing you want to be before you can be it. And you have to match energy with the Nine of Cups to get what you want. I also, there's an alternative meaning to the Nine of Cups, that he is a barkeep and he is deciding like who to give these cups to. Those cups could be anything, could be any type of energy in your life, could even be money as well. And so I feel a lot of you are kind of in a position where you are the one that's deciding who gets what, which is probably a good thing for you, Leo. I think Leos tend to be givers for the most part. And so, sometimes if you're a giver, you give too much. And I feel that you're just more in a position of like balanced giving, which is good because this says you're valuing yourself more. Nine of Pentacles is pre-Empress energy. The Empress really values herself more than anything else. And that's why she gets what she wants, because she puts herself first. And maybe you're starting to learn that. You have the Seven of Cups. A lot of options with that Two of Pentacles. Again, Two of Pentacles, Seven of Cups can be too many options. Looking at too many different options, trying to do too many things at once. Like I said, I'm not too worried about it because we do see a ton of focus in the reading. Nine of Pentacles, King of Swords, Eight of Wands. But again, if you're finding yourself confused or whatever, this could mean needing to like focus in on your options or needing to get rid of options so that you can be more clear. And also like I think past doubts and things like that as well would be something to eliminate with the Seven of Cups. I think that what you need to realize is like a lot of the limitations are past limitations for you, Leo. Like you might be feeling like, I can't make money because I never have. But it's like, okay, yeah, that's true. But that's your old story. You can change that story right now. And same thing with anything else, love, business, whatever. I think you need to say, okay, that's my old story, but I have the opportunity to tell a new one, and I just need to pick what I want, and that's it. And don't, it's like sometimes I think we tell ourselves a story like, oh, I'm going to make $1 million, but I also have to worry about all these other things. I feel this is saying like, no, just one focus, one thing, right, that you want. You have the Ten of Cups, which is great. Fortune after difficulty, happy home, happy family. So there could be a lot of improvements in general coming in for you. Could be good for love if you want it. You go up to Lovers through the Three of Swords. So, the Three of Swords could say that maybe you have to heal something from your family or you have to heal something from your past to get into this new connection if you want one. So I would definitely do that. I would also say that the Ten of Cups is, kind of like they're dreaming of a perfect life above their heads. So, it's like the picture, you're seeing the picture here. I think it just needs to be brought into focus is what I'm getting. With the Nine of Cups, you have the Five of Wands. Like, I think you need to not worry too much about other people here, and conflict, things like that. I'm getting something on that Nine of Cups, like I said earlier, that you need to put yourself first, but I'm also getting something about caring too much about other people, and I am not saying you cannot care about other people, of course not. But what I am saying is maybe you're caring too much about other people. Maybe you're caring too much about, the people you work with. Like, I hear stories all the time. People are like, I can't leave my job. Everybody will be sad. And it's like, yeah, they'll get over it. It's like, yeah, maybe they'll be sad, but it's like you need to take care of yourself. You need to be able to pay your bills, right? And so that's what I'm talking about with this Five of Wands. Is like you might be, I think we do this. I always tell a story. I had a friend years ago. He was renting this big warehouse. He didn't want to rent it anymore, and for like months he was afraid to tell the landlord that he wanted to get out of the lease early, right? And when he finally told the landlord was like, "Oh my God, thank God! I've been trying to get someone else in here because he had a buddy that wanted to rent it and like all this other stuff, right?" And it's like he made a big deal out of something that really just didn't matter. A couple months later, he could have easily told them earlier, right? And it's like that's the Five of Wands. It's like, in this situation, it's like being fearful of speaking up about something that's probably not going to be a big deal in the first place. With the Seven of Cups, you have the Ten of Cups. There you go, right? I think you just need to focus on the end goal, not the worries. I don't know why. I never really think of the Seven of Cups as worries necessarily. There are good things and bad things in the cups on the Seven of Cups, but it's not like a worry card to me, but that's how I feel for you intuitively. And so, again, I think you just need to focus in on the picture. You're a photographer here, Leo, in this reading. So there you go. With the Ten of Cups, you have the Sun, ultimate happiness. Ten of Cups and the Sun is like extreme happiness, being very happy. The Sun is the best card in the deck, makes the whole entire reading more positive. But, it can basically say that, you're about to enter into a very happy time. It's also your card, so whenever you show up as yourself, kind of puts you in a position of power and strength, allows you to get what you want. Next, in the area of messages from your future self, you have this despair card. It says, adversity, excess stress, sadness, suffering, sleepless nights, failure, tortured with worry and fear. Cannot make it up. I didn't even see that. And on top of that, you have this fulfillment card. It says peace, harmony, satisfaction, in alignment, acceptance, happiness, positive mindset, in your power. Like I said, it's almost like the first part of the reading is saying you're expecting the worst, but you should be expecting the best. I think your worries are getting the best of you with that despair card, unlike whatever it is you want or whatever it is that you should be focusing on. There's, like I said, Seven of Cups, Two of Pentacles is saying too much worry to me intuitively. It's like saying, you could accomplish something, or you could have something right now, but maybe you're allowing the fears to get the best of you or something. I don't You have the Ace of Wands, the Three of Swords, and the King of Swords. Ace of Wands is, kind of like new inspiration. It's out with the old, in with the new. With the Ace of Wands, usually this castle is crumbling, and we have to move towards this new inspiration or this new thing that could be exciting in our life. Ace of Wands can represent a lot of growth. And you have the Eight of Wands, which is also a great card for growth. So I feel you need to follow through on things that are inspiring you at this time. It's also like a spark of hope, and a couple of people this week have had these messages of receiving a spark of hope. I will say this week, the 13th, but also this week, I'm recording this the week of the 6th on the 9th, and so it'll be published on the 10th. So if you're watching this early, even after the 10th until the 13th, and then the whole week of the 13th, there is a little bit of luck in the astrology. So there could be a little bit of a lucky break in the form of an inspiration for you here, Leo. You have the Three of Swords. Definitely I think I said this to you in your October bonus reading, the readings I just did for you. And I feel like I said that there needs to be some sort of healing from the past or healing some sort of heartbreak. That doesn't even have to be a love heartbreak. I don't even feel that it is for most of you. And, for some of you it is. But I think for some of you it could be, something else that you're healing from with the Three of Swords. Those three swords are in your own heart, and the whole point of the card is to remove those swords from your heart. And usually we do this through forgiveness. So, forgiving yourself for not doing things or seeing things, forgiving your past or whatever, would be a good thing to do with the Three of Swords. We are in a really good time for healing, so any type of healing that you can do would be good as well. You have the King of Swords. King of Swords is like knowledge and wisdom, can represent a mentor. I'm pretty sure that we've also talked about mentors with you, Leo. I just think Leo is having something to look up to, or having a guiding light or an inspiration would be good at this time. So again, learning from mentors would be really good. You could also be attracting someone who's older than you with the King of Swords. So if you're looking for love, that looks good. With the Ace of Wands, you have the Two of Swords. Yes, don't question inspirations. Again, it's I just feel the reading itself is saying the seed gets planted, you get excited about something, and then start thinking about the problems, right? And I feel that's what needs to not happen with the Two of Swords or whatever. And it's almost like you just need to go straight for something. And, it's yeah, there could be issues and things like that, but it's you're older now, you're wiser now. Four of Cups really says that you've learned everything that you need to learn from the situation. And I think you need to realize that you've learned what you need to learn. And you don't have the Four of Cups. I don't know why I said that, by the way. We'll see if it comes up. But you do have the Five of Wands, which can also be learning. So, and the King of Swords, which is knowledge and wisdom. But it's this card is saying to me that you've learned what you need to learn to be successful. With the Three of Swords, you have the Hierophant. Yeah, nothing is going to go according to plan. I think this is maybe one of the blockages that you fixed signs need to get over, basically, for lack of a better term. Sorry, I can't sugarcoat that one. I just have to say, get over it. It's things are not going to go in the normal way. I think I've said this to you before as well, Leo, that Neptune and Pisces, Neptune's going to retrograde into Pisces the week of the 13th. It is retrograde right now, but it moves into Pisces. And that is traditional belief. It's if things could just go this way, it's whatever you have made up in your head. But, things are not going to happen that way. And so kind of getting over that and allowing things to be flexible is the energy I get here off of this card. With the King of Swords, you have the Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles is progress. So again, if you're not sure where to start on something or how to get started, this would definitely represent looking for a mentor or someone who can help guide you. This could be a person that's literally in your life, but it could also be a person that you're learning from on YouTube or from a book or something like that. So, there could be a person out there that could really get you moving forward in what, again, I'm speaking very generally because I think this could be any area of your life, Leo, and I would just learn, and that will probably move you forward. Next, in the area of the good stuff, you have this releasing card and this meant to be card. So a lot of you is a good amount of releasing things in this reading. It's coming up in the good stuff. If you're looking for love, could definitely be something that's meant to be with that meant to be card. You have the Lovers, the Eight of Wands, and the Nine of Wands in the good stuff. The Lovers, of course, can be love. So, there could be a strong connection coming in for you. And it could be, it usually lovers is divinely guided. We have the higher self angel right here guiding these two people together. So for a lot of you, this could be something that's like spiritually guided, could be a spiritual connection as well. So there you go. You have the Eight of Wands. Could be communication if you're looking for love. So could be a person communicating. Could also be your focus, which I think is probably more important for you, Leo, this week, is staying focused and being focused on the things that you want and desire. All those 8 wands are pointing in one direction. They're not telling themselves the story of what could go wrong. They're just, going towards one goal, one thing. I think having a target this week would be the best thing for you. Picking a goal and just only working towards it or only focusing on it is going to be the secret. You have the Nine of Wands. Nine of Wands, like the Wounded Warrior, he's experienced some pain in his past life and he's trying to put up boundaries. But he's willing to give something one last shot. So he's willing to try something again with this wand that he's holding on to. So I do feel some of you could be doing something that I don't think you've really given up on anything, but I do feel like you're maybe willing to try something again. It's kind of funny that I said the 4 of Cups for whatever freaking reason, I don't know, but it popped into my head. So the 4 of Cups, he has those 3 cups and then that 1 cup that's reaching out to him. And, the story of that card is that he's learned from those 3 cups. He just needs to apply what he learned to that new situation. Nine of Wands is kind of similar. He's tried something like 8 times before, and now he's giving it one last shot. So, it seems to me like you're giving something one last shot here, Leo. With the Lovers, you have the 5 of Swords. Yeah, 5 of Swords in the good stuff would be taking the risk. You always get the 5 of Swords with me, and, there could be some sort of risk you're taking. Could be in love, could be in any area of your life that you're taking this risk. I do think it's a good time for Leos to take risks, which I always say to you. Just because, I don't know, I just think there's like a boldness energy for Leo right now. I think there's a need for Leo to kind of like put themselves out there. The other thing is that you could be kind of being proven right here. Sometimes I think the 5 of Swords and the good stuff can say that you did walk away from something in the past, and now the universe is like showing you that it was a good thing. I wouldn't really call it a blessing in disguise like the 10 of Swords, but it's kind of giving me that vibe a little bit, so I do like that. With the 8 of Wands, you have the 8 of Cups. Yep, walking away from things that no longer serve you, changing your story. He's walking away from these 8 cups. A lot of people will say that he's walking towards the 9 of Cups. He doesn't know that. He has no freaking clue where he's going. He is just saying, I'm not going to settle for less than I deserve. And so really, I always say the trick with the 8 of Cups is not settling. And if you do that, then you're sending a signal to the universe that you deserve more. 8 of Wands is your signal to the universe. 8 of Wands was traditionally the arrows of love. It's like you tell the universe what you want, the universe is responding. Really, it can be the arrows of anything. It can be you just telling the universe, this is what I want, and then you're backing that up with actions and by cutting things out that no longer serve you and all that other good stuff, right? And so I think a lot of you are, it's almost like you're just getting into alignment, and I think that could help a lot. With the 9 of Wands, you have the Strength card, which is you. Whenever you show up as yourself, it puts you in a position of power and strength and allows you to get what you want from the reading. It is also a card of strength. I mean, developing strength, developing mental strength. So a lot of you have probably been working on yourselves. You have this Heart card that says love, deep affection, and caring. Yes, definitely could be solid love for those of you that want it. You have the 10 of Cups twice, so this could be a very deep connection if that's what you're looking for. You have this Kangaroo. It says unsettled times need to plan ahead. I don't know. Yeah, sure. I mean, I always talk about how until 2033, we're in a time of chaos. It is what it is. I've been warning people about this since like 2016, literally. And you can go back to my old lives that I used to do in 2016. I used to say it all the time. Get ready. And is it something to worry about? No, not at all. It's just to be understood is what it is. It's like we just need to realize there's going to be crazy things happening. We need to keep our heads on straight. If you are paying attention, you'll be perfectly fine. You have this Broom card that says new home, new attitude. Yeah, any of you, it is a good time for fire signs and moving. And if you are moving, very good. If you're making moves, the 9 of Pentacles is a card of your environment. It's a card of the energy around you. So, anything you can do to improve your energy around you is also very beneficial with this card as well. You have this unicorn. It says, use your intuition to make beneficial changes. Very intuitive time. Neptune retrograding into Pisces. Even though it's retrograde, it's not really like a Mercury retrograde. I think sometimes Neptune retrograde can actually make us more intuitive. So I would be trusting your intuition. You have this clouds card. It says temporary problems. Hierophant. Yes, I think that the problem with the Hierophant for Leo is that if you are, it's about like yes, you need a goal, or something that you aim at to accomplish, but you also just need to be flexible in how you get there. It's like the in-between part. It's like nothing is going to be perfect. I think I've said this to you as well, but, it's for Leo, I think you need to realize that if you're trying to accomplish something, there will be little things that come up. And the trick for you is to not let those things stop you. You just have to keep going, right? And I know it's easier said than done, but that's what I would do here. But this looks pretty good, Leo. I like it. So thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your week.